Hi everyone, it's Dr. Erin here, one of the good doctors of Abbey Research, and I am coming to you today to begin Abbey Research's celebration of Native American Heritage Month. If you've been following us on social media, you know that we like to take, particularly nationally within the United States, designated months and use our ability as researchers and our love to tell stories and to engage with different and new perspectives and to talk about cultural diversity by making videos. So we did Black History Month this year and last year. We did Pride Month during the month of June this year as well. Links below to access the media that we produce for those. And November in the United States is Native American Heritage Month, which was designated first in 1990 by President George H.W. Bush. And usually every president the day after Thanksgiving declares that day Native American Heritage Day. Yes, Native American Heritage Day. You would have seen our post in the month of October celebrating Indigenous Peoples Day, as opposed to the celebration of Christopher Columbus Day, which is a national holiday still in the United States. Very, very problematic for lots of reasons. But, you know, the great American myth that Christopher Columbus discovered America when, in fact, he landed onto already inhabited land by the Native and Indigenous people that had been here for a very, very long time, and then proceeded to enact genocide and cultural erasure onto those Native and Indigenous peoples is one of the reasons why Abbey Research doesn't acknowledge and or celebrate Columbus Day. And we encourage you to instead celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day if you are in this part of the world. So for the month of November, we're going to be doing a series of 3 more videos looking at different types of media for where you can find more information and engage more with the stories and voices and perspectives of Native and Indigenous and Indian peoples who live on the land that I live on and the land that you live on if you're watching this in America. If you're not watching this in America, still a great opportunity to learn about peoples and cultures that you might not have any experience with. There's lots of information online. The democratization of the internet in some ways is really, really great. I would recommend looking up Indian Country Today, which is a publication, an online publication that deals a lot with Indian issues, particularly in the United States. And their hashtag Native in 2019, which a lot of people are sharing experiences about what it is like to be Native in 2019. So that's a great way to engage with those stories. There's a lot of issues facing Native and Indigenous and Indian cultures and communities across the country. Obviously, it depends on where they are, whether they're urban or rural, whether they're on a reservation or not. And, you know, as many different tribes and nations and groups that there are as many issues that they're facing. But some of the big ones that came up recently over the past summer at the Frank Lemare Native American Presidential Forum, which was held in August of this year in Sioux City, Iowa. I will include the link below. They recorded all of the speeches that took place from people who were participating and 2020 presidential candidates. So if you want to find out what your particular candidate had to say about some of these issues facing Native American communities, you can find out and learn more about it at that link. But a lot of the issues that were talked about were issues around sovereignty, both land and food sovereignty, water and land rights, which people might be more familiar with, particularly the indigenous protests taking place in Brazil right now, but also the Standing Rock protest that continues to happen in the United States here in South Dakota. Treaty-related issues, visibility, representation, mental health, healthcare, economy, recognition, status, all of these things are very significant. So you can find out more information on them from lots and lots of Indian voices from around the world that are talking about these issues from around the United States as well. That's all I've got. Just wanted to let you know that we're celebrating this month. What you can look forward to coming up next, I'm going to be talking about some book recommendations that I've read, particularly as a white person trying to educate myself as much as possible. I've read a couple of really great books that I want to recommend. And then the next week, I'll be talking about 2 podcasts that I absolutely love and I've learned so much from both podcasts from Indian women, Native American women, which is really cool as well for the work we do at Abbey Research. And then for my last video, I'll be talking about TED Talks, which is another really great medium for engaging with authentic voices from these very diverse and very plentiful communities that exist all over the land that is known as the United States. So, happy Native American Heritage Month. I hope you take the opportunity to engage with different voices and stories and experiences and to learn more and to broaden your understanding of what the human experience is, because that's one of the beautiful things about engaging with all of these stories that are out there. So for now, I will see you next Monday for my video on book recommendations. I'm Dr. Erin, one of the good doctors of Abbey Research. Have a great week, everybody.